Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at 6 starts now.
Dashcam captures just part of the chaos as police in Macomb County try to chase and stop a Dodge Charger tearing down Hall Road.
Nearly 5,000 new jobs at stake as the city of Detroit tries to beat a midnight deadline to lock up an important piece of land that Fiat Chrysler needs. All coming up here at 6, but let's start things off with the forecast that has a lot of Metro Detroiters, even those who've lived here a long time, a little shocked.
That's right. The word snow is being used, and Ben, people don't take kindly to that when it's almost May. My goodness.
No, people, Kim and Devin, very upset about that, surprisingly. That's what made this afternoon all that much more interesting because 4 Live radar had some thunderstorms roll through here. We didn't see a whole lot in the way of lightning on the radar. But look at these gusts, 53 miles per hour. That was clocked in Pontiac. Then we got this picture in from Inkster. This was at Cherry Hill and Inkster Roads. The winds just snapping that tree into a neighbor's house out there. And apparently there's been some other reports of damage across the area because of those strong winds. The rest of tonight, we're expecting gusty conditions, but not quite damaging winds. Temperatures falling through the 50s. Skies are going to clear out, but the clouds come back quick on Saturday. Then the rain, and then the snow. We'll talk about how much to expect when we wake up on Sunday morning coming up. And don't forget to take the local forecasters with you this weekend. Download our app, which has interactive radar, severe weather alerts, and a lot more in the palm of your hand. Download it for free in your app store by searching WDIV. Guys?
And clock is ticking for the city of Detroit in its deal to bring a new FCA plant to town.
Plans for a new Jeep plant, the city's first since 1991, were announced back on February 26th with a stipulation that Detroit would secure the necessary land within 60 days. Well, March passed and now nearly all of April, bringing us to the deadline of midnight tonight. Sean Lay is keeping a close eye on this for us. So, Sean, are they even close?
Good evening, Kimberly. That's the first question I asked the city. They said they are close. We're here at Jefferson North. This is where that massive expansion is planned. But as you mentioned, yes, the clock is ticking. The city now just has hours to meet their part of a land deal to make all this happen. The Maroon family snatched up the old Bud Wheel plant property years back, brought down the plant, and allows FCA to use the site as a logistics hub for vehicles. Now FCA wants the city of Detroit to buy the land and hand it over to them so it can sink $2.5 billion into its Jefferson North plant. And FCA says the deadline for the city to make that happen is midnight tonight. So much is riding on this deal. First and foremost, jobs. Close to 5,000 new jobs. FCA has agreed to hire people from this east side area first.
It's huge. It's huge for the folks that lived in this area their whole life, and they finally get an opportunity to have a good union paying job.
What's already been agreed on this week between the city and FCA, a $35 million community benefits package. Detroiters get the first crack at those FCA jobs, workforce investment, scholarship money, career technology programs in Detroit schools. But the land acquisition here is the holdup, and time is ticking. Are you prepared to announce there is a deal?
Oh, no, not today. Absolutely. We're right on schedule. We got some stuff we're delivering at the end of the day. But we're working through the weekend, right on schedule.
No comment from the Maroon family about their part in the negotiations with this land deal. I asked FCA what they thought about the deadline upcoming. Their quote to me, "You have to ask the city. It's their responsibility for acquiring the land." Just hours remain, Kimberly.
So, Sean, what do you think? How confident is the city in actually getting this done?
They told me today, late today, that they were confident, but more work has to be done. We're learning from some sources that behind the scenes here, there, of course, with a deal this big, there are some roadblocks. But again, the city says they hope to have it all packaged up by the deadline, midnight tonight. They'll have council review it first thing next week.
And we know you'll keep an eye on it for us. All right, Sean.
The Detroit mom locked up for brutally killing her 2 children and then keeping their bodies in a freezer for years is back in court, this time facing assault charges for a crime she admitted to committing behind bars. Coco McAvoy shows us the latest drama surrounding Michelle Blair.
Anything that you'd like to tell me before I impose sentence, Ms. Blair?
Just the same thing I've been saying. If the officers wouldn't provoke me, it wouldn't happen. Michelle Blair showing no remorse in court this morning. She's getting more prison time after pleading guilty to assaulting a prison employee behind bars.
You're in a difficult situation. They're in difficult positions, and you just have to control your anger in the future.
Blair is already facing 2 life sentences in a disturbing and unforgettable case. She admitted to killing her 2 children and storing their bodies in a freezer. Investigators believe her son was only 9 when he was killed, and her daughter was 13.
And she's prepared to proceed to sentencing today.
Today, Blair received an even longer sentence for her assault charges, but not before having an outburst in court. And it's not her first time showing her rage before a judge.
You meant to kill her?
I definitely meant to kill her.
Okay. It wasn't an accident?
No, not at all.
Okay.
If I had a chance to do it again, I would.
Blair did calm down before the judge handed over her new sentence. And Blair will now have 38 months to 5 years tacked on to her 2 life sentences. Reporting live this evening, I'm Coco McAvoy, Local 4.
All right, Coco.
Well, it was a chase that began in Macomb Township and ended after multiple crashes and a search through woods in St. Clair Township. Dash cam video shows police chasing that white Dodge Charger through busy intersections. After crashing on 94, he ran and hid in an empty pool where he was found by police. This all happened after police say he robbed someone at the Chesterfield Township Walmart. One person was hurt from one of the crashes. Police arrested this man, Statford Newton. He's facing several charges, including fleeing police and car theft. A construction worker fixing sidewalks in Highland Park will now have to fix his own car. That's because a tree on Brighton Street fell onto it, causing some major dents all over and a broken windshield. No one was in the car when the tree fell and caused the damage. Police responded to the scene. We were there too, and the man did not want to talk to our cameras. He ended up driving off in his damaged car.
Now, a Local 4 update to a story we brought you Thursday at 6. Dearborn Heights City Councilman Raymond Muscat is charged in a fight with his neighbor. He was charged with felony home invasion, and that carries a 5-year sentence if he's convicted. Muscat was released on bond. Prosecutors say he and his neighbor fought after Muscat forced his way into the man's house. The neighbor is charged with trespassing. Muscat's next court date coming up on May 3rd.
New information tonight on Paul Weiland, the Novi man held captive in Russia. Paul's brother David sent us this update. David says their family has just now received 16 letters from Paul that were dated from January to February. These are the only personal letters from Paul the family has gotten. Paul says he's sent over 100 letters home. He's been held in a Russian prison without evidence of committing a crime for nearly 4 months now.
Justice Department is now investigating Ford following errors that were discovered in how it calculates its fuel efficiency. Experts aren't calling this a scandal, but as Jason Colthorpe reports, it may be enough to warrant some money back for some customers.
This investigation comes about 2 months after Ford admitted there was a problem. Basically, it made some mistakes in calculating fuel economy based on 2 factors. 1, the amount of air drag on the vehicle, and 2, the amount of tire friction.
Vehicles are not tested on the road. They're tested in the laboratory.
Auto analyst John German broke it down for us today. Ford developed a coast down test that can be applied to all of its vehicles, since testing every single vehicle isn't cost effective.
They develop models of how adjustments can be made based upon other inputs. And there's something in the model that's not quite right. Maybe not quite right.
In the grand scheme of things, it's likely not a big deal for Ford because it doesn't appear to be anything sinister, like what happened with Volkswagen's fuel economy scandal.
Certainly not the Volkswagen, where VW lied to the agencies for 16 months and tried to cover it up.
Ford even pointing that out to me today in a statement. The investigation and potential concerns do not involve the use of defeat devices in our products. Adding, our focus is on completing our investigation and a thorough technical review of this matter and cooperating with government and regulatory agencies.
I think the most important thing from this is to show that Ford self-reported everything. This was not something that they were caught doing by somebody else.
Now, depending on how the investigation shakes out, what could happen is Ford will have to change some of its fuel economy stickers on some of its vehicles. And depending on how much, it could mean some of you getting some money back if you bought one of these. Jason Colthorpe, Local 4.
All right, Jason, well, let's see what Lester Holt and his team are working on for Nightly News tonight immediately following this broadcast.
Lester standing by live in New York with a preview. Hi there, Lester.
Hey, Devin and Kim, coming up, the NFL star player at the center of child abuse allegations, how his team is reacting to the growing outrage. Plus, a new safety recall and yet another rocking sleeper linked to infant deaths.
Yeah, being a new mom, my ears perk up when you hear that kind of thing. And Lester, as many as 700,000 of these were sold all across the country, those rockers.
Yeah, there's a lot of them, and apparently there's a design flaw, and that has led to the deaths of at least 5 infants. So we're obviously going to tell you what to do if you have one in your home when we see you coming up on Nightly News.
Yeah, we'll see you in just a bit.
Yeah, you bet. All right, so thanks, Lester. If you don't count the possible snow in the forecast, that's the time of year that pets and their owners tend to love.
Yeah, but it's also the time of year that animals see food and plants they should not eat. It's a big heads up from the Humane Society, and we'll have that coming up.
But coming up first, a new push to get Michigan to adopt a law many believe can save lives behind the wheel, especially young lives. And we'll be right back with that.